Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of the Action Movie Guys podcast, episode 413. We up to the fourth film in the Rocky franchise. We're up to Rocky 4. I'm your host, Alex Figueroa. My co-host is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
All right, Nate. Now, there's two versions of this film. Rocky versus Drago, director's cut. We're not doing that. We opt out of not doing those because we're going to be doing the director's cut of Rocky Balboa. So that's a first fresh cut for us because we haven't not seen it at all. Yeah. But this one, I thought Nate thought it was best to do the theatrical version, which I agree with since that's the first version that I saw as a kid. So with that said, Nate, what was your initial reaction when you first saw Rocky 4?
Well, I know this review is going to be very interesting because I don't like Rocky 4. I've never been a fan of Rocky 4. It's the first one I saw, though. This is the first Rocky movie I've ever seen. I shouldn't say I don't like it. What I should say is I don't love it. I know it has a big fan base, but my initial reaction, I saw when I was younger and I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool because the big Russian guy, like I always remember when I was a kid, the opening with the like metal gloves and they're turning. It has like Russia and then it has America. And they crash, they explode. It reminded me of the opening of like a WrestleMania from the 80s. You know what I mean? So I liked it when I was a kid. I watched it again, I want to say in like 2012. I literally remember because I was living with my cousin and we had this like movie theater room and I watched it and I was like, I don't like this movie. And then I saw the Rocky vs. Drago in the theater when we reviewed it. So this is like the fourth time I've seen this movie, but this is the third time I've seen this version of it. And I'll just leave it there.
Now I will say this for those of out there, because we're not doing a discussion on the new version.
Correct.
Did you prefer the new cut that Stallone did to this one?
Well, it's hard to remember because I remember I was mostly just kind of trolling you when we were doing that. Review. Yeah. I kept saying this is not that different. This is pretty much the same thing. But I was messing with you. I remember it being more dramatic than this version, and so actually, with hindsight, I might like that version better.
Yeah.
Especially when watching this with the other Rocky movies. Like doing this podcast and doing these watch throughs. I think his new version might fit better with the first three movies than this version does, if that makes sense.
No, it totally makes sense. I mean, it's more, I mean, for those of you out there, the Rocky versus Drago, it's more story depth than the highlighted 80s version with all the music cuts and everything. Like
this music video.
Yeah, Apollo's really fighting back Drago. Like it's a real boxing match. It wasn't like a one-sided match. There you see a lot more Adrian yelling at Rocky, Adrian more emotional. So a lot of emotional ties to that. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Like a bonus clip or something. All right. So with that said, my first time watching this, I loved it. As a kid, I thought it was pretty cool. It was like a David and Goliath type battle, a small guy versus big guy, USA versus Russia, right? It was like that big thing. But for me, 80s is well known for music, like new wave music and all that. And one thing I know you hate the 80s and all that stuff, but one thing we got to say though, in terms of soundtracks, 80s have one of the best soundtracks in terms of music scores in movies, right? Like they have like cool music that ties to the movie. This one is pretty much up there, but this is straight up like a workout montage. Like, I mean, training. Like you could take Rocky 4 soundtrack to the gym and you're pretty much working out to the entire movie because that's exactly what it is. It's a training montage at the end of the whole thing. But for me, I loved it as a kid. I was like, wow, this is pretty good. I thought it was pretty, I love the story on revenge. Like, I mean, it's not like action revenge, but this is like a revenge type story, right? You kill my friend, I'm coming after you. Like, yeah, it's so for me, it has everything. It has heart, it has sadness, it has revenge, and it has that culture turn, right? Like, goes to America. I mean, from America to Russia, they all hate him, and all of a sudden, everyone loves him.
It's very much a product of the time.
It's a very product from the time. You're absolutely right.
Super.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to get into it when we talk about like the villain and the story and stuff, but like this is super product of its time.
It is. But anyway, I loved it. I thought it was pretty cool. Here are the financials for Rocky IV 1985. Now, to me, I think this went up. I think this literally shot up. Let's just pull up the budget here because I'm very interested now with freaking the budgets on these things. Rocky IV budget. Okay, so 28 million to 31 million budget. Okay? Nate?
Okay.
This sucker made $300 million. And I think this was higher than part 1, 2, and 3, I believe.
Yeah, let's see. Rocky 3 made 125 worldwide.
Yeah.
Rocky 2 made 85 worldwide. And Rocky 1 made
like 100.
117 worldwide.
Yeah. So this is the most profitable Rocky movie there is. So are you shocked? I mean, I'm very shocked.
Yeah, buoyed by the international on this one. The international box office on this one was 172 million. So the international alone was more than the other movies. So, making it America versus Russia, essentially, that probably helped. And if you look at the posters, okay, just like if you're listening to this, Google the posters for the Rocky movies. Rocky 1, very subtle, very understated, classy. Rocky 2, same thing. Rocky 3, a little more in your face, right? Like you have Rocky 3, and he's standing there with the gloves. And then you get to Rocky 4, and you have my man draped in an American flag and punching the air. And it's very symbolic. I guess we'll go with that. So I want to say I am surprised it made that much more. Okay. I'm not surprised it made the most. Okay. But I am surprised it made like double pretty much any of the other ones.
And this came out around Thanksgiving, November 27, 1985.
Oh, that helps too. That holiday time. People are like, we just ate some turkey and now we're going to eat some Russians. That's it.
I'm proud to be an American.
They're probably all drunk in there, drinking gravy, watching Rocky punch things. That's it. That's what they were doing.
With Paulie's turkey leg.
Paulie's robot.
Robot. Okay. With that said, Nate, what did the critics and audience have to say about this film?
Well, this one's interesting, Alex, because this one... So let's start with the audience score. It's only a 5% increase from Rocky 3. So they're close. This has a 79% audience score, which is, I think it puts it third overall as far as audiences of the Rocky movies. This is higher than... Still, Rocky 1 is the lowest, which we've already... I'm not going to beat a dead horse. It makes no sense. But... Because it was like 69% and it doesn't make any sense. However, Rocky 2 was the highest. So this is the second highest. And then Rocky 3. However, with critics, this is the lowest by far. This has a 39% critic score. So this is 26% lower than Rocky 3. And I'm going to say, while I said at the top that I'm not the hugest fan of this movie, I do think that's extreme. I don't know. I mean, that's like very low it's a popcorn movie. Maybe the critics were thinking like, you know what? These first three are fairly dramatic, a little more serious. And then this movie is very different tonally. And maybe the tonal shift like threw everybody off or something. Because I could see it being low or lower, but like 39 seemed kind of low. I don't know.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very shocked with a 39. Maybe 50. I would have been like, 51, 54.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 39. There's no way. We could put this movie up with every other 30 in the bracket. This one will come out better than the other stuff. Yeah, I don't get that. That's all right. Whatever. Let's just get into it. Yeah. Because I want to talk about it. I want to hear your take on this. Were you watching this? Okay. Lead character Rocky's back. Apollo Creed is back. Adrian Pauly. So what you got?
Pauly's robot.
Oh, and Duke. And the Duke, the trainer.
All right. I don't want you to listen.
Just be honest. I already know you're gonna hate it. So go ahead.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But you know what? Watching them all like this in a row. It's just like certain things are more glaring. Like if I watched this on a random time and I hadn't even seen the other ones in a while, I don't think I'd feel the same way. But like every week we're watching these. And so I'm like, I just remember seeing Rocky 2, Rocky 3. And this it doesn't feel like it's even in the same galaxy as those movies. Tonally, I'm saying. Because this is not serious. There's barely any dramatic weight. Dude, the movie opens with robot gloves punching each other and exploding. Right out the jump, you're like, what the heck? What am I at? And so, while it's cool, the character-wise, I just feel like Rocky is... Like, he's fine. Stallone is fine in the role. I don't have any problem with it. Looks incredible, as always. Delivers the lines like Rocky. But there's just no, like, what's the story of Rocky in this? He is coaching Apollo Creed. There's this... Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. You got this Russian boxer who wants to fight him. And he's, like, not even really paying attention. And Apollo's like, I'm going to fight him for America. And so Rocky's in his corner. The best part to me is the towel scene. Like, that's probably the most character thing. Because he's telling him, like, I'm going to throw this towel. And Apollo's like, don't you throw in that towel. Don't do it. And Rocky picks it up. He's like, he's going to throw it. And Duke is like, throw the towel. And there he is like losing. He's like, this guy's losing his mind, right?
Yeah.
And Rocky's just standing there. And Rocky literally waits till he dies before he does anything. He lets him get punched that one death punch. And then that moment where he didn't throw it. And we have to review this version. They don't dig into that. And I wish they did. Like, I wish they dug into what it did to Rocky more. Imagine your good friend and you have a chance to throw the towel, literally save his life, and you didn't throw it, right? Because he said not to. And you let him take this punch of death. Like right after they go to the funeral, then he goes for a drive. He sees a montage of his life. And then he fights him and he trains. He's just training for like 20 minutes. I wish like the emotional part of it. And I feel like in the first 3 movies, they would have done it. So I don't know. I don't know what happened here. I still think Rocky's good, but I wish there was more weight to that. Other than that, Adrian's fine, but like she's barely in this movie. Like she's barely in this. She has that cool side hairstyle at the fight. She looks great. I do like when she shows up in Russia, but why is she always whispering? Or is that the audio? I don't know. I think she talks low.
No, she's a soft-spoken character.
She goes to Russia. She's standing 20 feet away from him. She's like,
oh, him too, though. He's like,
yeah, like why are they whispering? You're not even
he's like, whatever it takes. And I'm like, whatever it takes. Like she's like literally 20 feet away from you.
So they just see each other's lips moving. They don't even know what they're saying. They're just like, oh,
whatever it takes.
Yeah, I'm like, this is like, come on. But I do like when she showed up there. Paulie's hilarious in this. Duke is cool in the I like the train. No pain. I do like that stuff. But overall, this is a different style of movie, and I ended up giving them a 3. It just doesn't have the emotional or dramatic weight that the first 3 movies had to me.
This is gonna be very. I'm gonna be honest. I might be biased on this. I might be biased.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be biased. And out of all the reviews that we ever did, I always try to be level-headed, not try to be biased. But sometimes this one is super hard because it just means a lot to me. So I'm gonna give it a 5, and this is why. And I'm gonna give you why. I felt like he did go through the pain, and I think that's why when he does there's no easy way out, all the weight is on him. Like he lost his best friend, and now he's like, man, I could die in this damn ring right behind my best friend. So it's like he had all that weight, and then his wife is like, you're gonna lose. For the first time we ever hear Adrian tell him, you're not winning this one. Yeah, and then he's like, oh, you Adrian. He's just like, he knew, like, he just has so much weight, like, so much, like, shit, like, and then Mickey's death, like, it's just so much of that's coming back on him, haunting him. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you mean. Like, what was the toll of Rock? I mean, but you got to see it I think that's that montage point. Like, you got to see a little bit, not the most. Because I'm not going to go into future, but it does take effect in Creed. Mm-hmm. Like, that movie, this situation is more glorified because of his son. But in terms of the Rocky universe, you're absolutely right. It doesn't hold too much weight. But I just like Apollo Creed. Like, I like Carl Weathers. Like, again, I feel like personally, that was a loss of character. I don't think they should have killed him. We talked about it in part 3. I think he should have been like you said, in the wheelchair, and then on we go. And then he could have met his son with Michael B. Jordan, and that could have been something, right? But they decided to kill him off. But Rocky did warn him. It's not like he didn't. Rocky told him, bro, you never even trained. Like, you didn't even, this guy went, because even my wife was just like, did he even train? I was like, he didn't train. Like, he just went straight into battle with this guy, not knowing how hard he hits. My problem, and I don't know, you might agree with me or not. My only problem is that Duke, his trainer, did not say we got to train. Like, there was no, except Rocky in his couch telling him, I'm sorry, before the fight, he was like, I think you should postpone 2 weeks and train. And he was like, and then some other bum comes, knock him out, and then it's going to mean nothing. So I think they should have had a bigger part for Duke in the movie, telling him, Apollo, I seen this dude's video. He hits hard. Like, this dude is like a tank or something. Like, he's just going to kill you. Foreshadowing. But, he's just so hard-headed.
And he had been retired for 5 years.
Yeah, and never picked up the glove. Yeah. And all of a sudden, he's going into this ring. And that's the whole point Rocky was telling him. So Rocky just did it because that's his friend, and he owed him, whatever. But I agree with you. Adrian, I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she looks great in this one.
Yeah, this one she looked really good. Like, you can see, like, and I like the progression from Rocky 1 and through their money. Because you see her with the wealth, like how good she looks.
Dress is a little better now they got a little bit of money.
Yes.
They're wearing them little hats and scarves anymore.
Yeah. So, like, I like the progression of that character. Paulie, he is just he's an enigma. stigma for me, bro. It's because sometimes he's great, sometimes he's bad, sometimes he's drunk, sometimes he's not. My favorite scene with him is when he's coming out the tunnel. If I could just be anyone, I want to be just like you. And then when he gets in the ring, he goes, remember what I told you? I take it back.
That was funny. Yeah. He's like, never mind. I don't want to.
He goes, I'll take it back. He goes, thanks, Paulie. So I thought that was funny. But anyway, I gave it a 5 because I think every character had their job and I thought they did it very well. While yes, I would have loved to see Apollo live throughout this, but I mean, that situation is funny.
It's also weird that Paulie makes that robot into like his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what they're doing.
I don't want to know
behind
either.
closed doors. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I don't want to know either. Okay, so 5 for me, 3 for you. Okay, main villain, Ivan Drago. Or Drago.
Right. Okay, so I think this is the most iconic Rocky villain that there is, period. No, let's get that out the way. This is the one everyone knows. This is the most quotable villain. Clubber Lang has some good quotes, but like people still say like if he dies, he dies. People say that. I know people who say it. Like I have cousins who say it, or I must break you. Very common phrase. Like Dolph Lundgren looks insane in this movie. Okay, the dude. First of all, I don't know how tall. I know he's tall.
He's 7'1", 7'2".
He looks 7'1". He got to be in his 6. He's probably like 6'5" or something like that. But he looks like he's 7'8" in this movie. How tall is he? 6'5", 6'4", something like that.
6'5".
6'5". Okay. He looks 7'2" when he's especially standing next to like Rocky. Chiseled. He looks like a toy on like an action figure. You know what I mean? And a good I like him. I like the performance. Now here's where I struggled with the villain, because we said at the top, this movie's a product of its time. He didn't do anything bad other than be Russian. And we have to hate him because at the time this was, Russia and America. Yeah. And so I think it's a little, this movie reminds me of wrestling. It doesn't remind me of boxing as much as it reminds me of wrestling, of especially like mid 80s WWF. Hulk Hogan would fight some foreign guy, and the foreign guy's bad just because he's foreign, not because he actually did anything wrong. Drago didn't do anything. They're like, we want to have a match with Rocky because we feel like he's the best boxer. And they're like, he's Russian. He's a piece of trash. We hate him. Ugh. Now, as the movie goes on, they become more sort of villainous. And as soon as he kills Apollo, well, no, killing Apollo, bad. But once he says, if he dies, he dies. That's when he becomes a full villain to me. Because before that, he was not that bad, right? Like, he kind of soft-spoken. He's doing what this handler guy is kind of telling him to do. Brigitte Nielsen, even at the fight, like she tells the wife, I hope we could be friends after this. This is just a sport, right? And it doesn't necessarily seem like ulterior motives quite at that point. But as it goes, he gets more villainous. I think this is, again, he's the most iconic one. The only thing I will say that I don't like is, I think it hasn't aged well, is what I should say, is all his freaking training is like in these laboratories, and he's like punching robots, and like there's all these little meters, and he has all the little things on him, like all the little circles, and he's running up the hills. Like, it's cool in contrast to Rocky freaking chopping down trees, but it's like, this is ain't no boxing training. Like what is this? This is weird. Other than that, I did give him a 5 because of the iconic nature of this. Is like the one. If any person down the street and just be like, Rocky, who did Rocky fight in the Rocky movies? I would bet 8 out of 10, this would be the first one that pops into their head, would be Drago. And again, I was out of 4 when I was watching it. I had him out of 4 until he said, if he dies, he dies. I was like, oh, this guy actually doesn't care, and he wants to kill people. So once you want to kill people, you get a 5 from me, especially in a boxing movie.
Well, I would give him a 5 anyway. I mean, well, first of all, he's 6'5", and it talks about Stallone is only 5'9".
Yeah, I believe it. Remember, next to Hulk Hogan, he looked like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. They said it was all about camera angles, and he said Stallone always put me on the box when they were next to each other to make him look way more taller.
Enormous.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, Drago. He's good. I mean, he's really good. And there's 2 different versions, right? Because you have the director's cut. He talks more. He's more of the athlete in the other one. This one, they made him more mysterious. So you don't know how evil this guy is. And I liked it. it worked for me because coming from Mr. T, where he was just like, this Mr. T, I don't care what we all say. Mr. T's character, Clubber Lang, was the greatest on mic. He's like the Rock of the Rocky franchise.
You tried to me.
You tried to hold it. Yeah.
He tried to sleep with his wife. Everything.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, that's pretty cool. But this one, they flipped the script. They said, all right, let's make him quiet and dangerous. And they did. And I thought it really worked. The scene when Apollo got his ass whooped in the first round and he looked at Rocky and he shook his head like, this dude is not coming out alive. And Rocky was like, brother, he's killing you out there. You got to throw out the towel. Yeah. Promise me, you ain't going to throw the towel. And I was like, no, dude, I would have done that shit.
I'm throwing it. I would have been I'm throwing the towel.
You're not putting that pressure on me. And I think that's the problem. Like Drago, the minute Drago hit him once, that's the part that I think this movie for me takes its turn. Because you really didn't, he's punching bags that are saying 2,000 square pressure.
PSI.
PSI. And I'm like, dude, you could break a truck, like a door of a truck with that much power. But yeah, my dad used to hate that because my dad was into boxing. And he goes, if this guy would have literally hit this guy once, he would have been dead.
Well, when they said a normal heavyweight boxer has like 700 PSI. Okay. If this dude has more than twice that, one punch knockouts every single fight. No one's even surviving.
That's what my dad said. My dad was like, bro, he goes, if he hits you with 3,000 PSI, he goes, your head is spinning and then you hit the floor. So anyway, my dad used to laugh with this movie. But yeah, I got it. I thought it was great. Bridget Nielsen did a great job as the wife. But I like the contrast where she went to Apollo Creed's wife and said we could be friends. But to Adrian, she didn't even come close at all. She just looked at her like, she gave him the look like, my boy's going to knock this dude out. Like he's going to kill you. And Adrian was worried. And that's what I liked about it. Like Adrian was in her own, like she was always afraid of Rocky. But anyway, Dolph Lundgren was really good. Even in the, I don't know why, I love the press conferences in the Rocky movies. They seem so outlandish and crazy. Like, especially in this one, Apollo Creed one, he's like, you're going to put that chump in the ring. And then he pushed him. He goes, how did I do? You did pretty well. And I was just like, okay. But then when he ripped the poster down, I went, oh my God, you're just throwing fuel in the fire to this guy.
That's such a weird scene too. Like all of a sudden, he just rips the poster and then it zooms in and then it cuts. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so 80s.
It's very 80s. This character is very 80s, but I think it works very well in terms of the franchise. He did very well. And again, he reprises his role in the Creed. We're not doing the Creeds, but he comes back and he's more dramatized version of Drago. So he's more humanized version, which I think they did a great
without
job.
Us reviewing Creed 2 yet, I agree with you. Yeah. He was good in that movie too. I actually like
he was amazing in that movie. And I think, I don't know who, I think Stallone wrote Creed 2?
I believe so. I think
he wrote
or
Creed
he was
2.
a writer on it, I'm assuming.
Let me see, Creed 2 writer.
If he did. Yeah,
Stallone, Stephen Cap Jr., and some other dude.
Okay, nice.
Creed 2.
Steven
Stallone wrote.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. It does because it feels like a Rocky movie, part 2. So in terms of Drago, very great villain. That's a 5 for me. Okay, action scenes.
All right. I can't bring myself to give any of these a 5 because they're not action. Well, this one is structured like an action movie. No. I should say that. This one is structured and shot like an action movie, but it's still a boxing movie. The fight at the end is good, pretty long, which I like. I think this might be the longest one as far as like how long the fight is. I gave it a 4. I think the action is as good as any other or better than any of the other Rockies as far as the actual fight is concerned. My problem with these has always been, and it will always be, is like, it's such unrealistic boxing. It's like they're just walking forward, hands down, punching each other. They each land 400 punches before anyone gets like knocked down or anything like that. I'm like, come on, man. You can't just take clean shots to the head like that and just be, I don't care who you are. There's no professional boxer or regular human who could just get 3 hard right hooks across the face and they're just like, come on, bring it on. Like, no, come on. But it's a movie. It is a movie. I'm okay with it. I should say I'm okay with it. But, it's silly. So I gave it a 4. I don't know. And the training montage, now this is where we're going to go separate, I think, me and you. I don't like the training montages in this movie. I don't like Drago's because of all the freaking laboratories. There's like 400 scientists in lab coats sitting around going beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, typing stuff into computers. He's doing this weird thing, like he's going like this. He's turning his head in this little contraption. It looked like a saw trap. He's going like this. And I'm like, what is going on? And then Rocky, he's out in the wilderness cutting down trees. I like the second Rocky one when Adrian shows up.
Yeah.
And he's like in the barn with Duke
Hearts
and
on
them.
Fire. Yeah.
Yeah. The first one, I don't like as much. Like he's like jogging and running in the snow. And also this man is from Philadelphia. He's from the inner city. He's poor. And he figured out on his third day in Russia how to climb a whole ass mountain. And I just was like, okay, sure. That mountain looked pretty steep. It was covered in snow and he's at the top. I'm like, all right, okay. So I don't know. I don't love them in this. So I didn't give them any bonus points. I give it a 4. Don't kill me. I like the other one. The other one's got me more. Also, I don't like the music in this movie.
Really?
I did not like it. I don't like that Hearts on Fire song. I think it's so cheesy. Hearts on fire, strong desire. Oh my God. The lyrics are corny. I like the score over the training montages better than this soundtrack over the training montage. That's just me. But I don't, it doesn't get me as, I was not hyped when I was watching it as I was with the score playing. When it builds up and builds up and builds up. This doesn't build up. It's just a track. It's just a song playing the whole time. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't like it.
That's very interesting.
Someone else is going to get mad at me. I already know it, but that's okay.
You're going to get a lot of people to hate.
That's okay. That's okay.
I know you already, so it doesn't shock me no more with your thinking. It doesn't shock me. I don't get shocked anymore. You hating the montage for Rocky? There's nothing I can do.
For Rocky 4, the one that's like got 7 montages in it, they're my least favorite montages.
What you hate. All right, let's just get it out the way. Okay, I gave it a 4. I gave it a 4 in terms of action scenes, and this is why I think Rocky 3 had the best fight scene. Rocky destroying Clubber Lang like in prime form. This one, I was into the fight. I thought it was a really good fight, but there was something about this fight that I did not like, and I think it was the fact that he gets knocked down like 5 times, and he gets up, and the ref is not even stopping. Like, Drago is punching this guy after the bell like 8,000 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you get disqualified.
He also threw him. He picked him up and threw his ass.
Yeah. And then Rocky runs to him and spear busters his ass, and then everyone is in the ring, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, to me, that took me, like, I like the movie. I love the movie. Yeah. I think it's a great movie. But, and I told you this, when it comes to like the fighting, I'm not good with MMA and real boxing, because that's my other two brothers thing, Snick. Like, I'm a baseball guy. I could watch that, but boxing and MMA is not my thing. So for me, when it starts to become like far-fetched WWE, AEW style, I'm like, well, this is not what really would happen. Like, I know the rules, but I'm like, this would never happen. Like, Drago would never have 20 punches laid down after the bell. I was like, he would have been disqualified, you know? He
literally said like, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, he just kept punching him, and then even harder. Like, he knocked his mouth guard out like 3 times in this fight. I was like, holy hell. He did it to
Apollo also in America, and the ref didn't do anything.
Didn't do nothing. Yeah, he didn't get in between. Like, the refs didn't do nothing. They didn't get into between none of the fights. And I was just like, that's not real boxing. So that's the one hindered it. Did I think that I felt, yes, it was the longest fight, but it was the unrealistic fight for me. I felt like Rocky would have got concussed in the first 10 minutes of this fight. Not even 10 minutes. I think within the first seconds. 20 blows into And then towards the 9th round, you see him shaking his head, and then he gets up, and I'm like, brother, there's no way. The ref would have took you out of the
Also,
match.
the damage, like Apollo Creed did more damage to his face in the first movie, but yet this guy punches 8 million PSI. He just has like some swelling a little bit.
Yeah, at the end, his eyes look like he looked like a mushroom, like he got allergic to something. While Drago had like one little.
He's a man. He can bleed.
Yeah. I mean, you had moments in the fight that I thought it was really good. That is the most iconic scene. Yeah. Like when he punches, he's like, he is good, the Russian, and then all of a sudden Duke is like, you see, he's not a man, he's not a machine, he's a man. He's like, no pain. And I was like, that is dope, because you get into it. You go, oh shit, this dude's gonna come out, and he does. But then the other rounds, it's like back and forth, and then they get up, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Then you got the Russian prime minister comes down and yells at him in front of everyone, and he picks him up one hand, and he's like, snap, snap, snap. And I was like, what? Now this is so WWE. Like, this took out the whole fight. Because no. It reminded me of Hulk Hogan versus him in part 3 in that charity event.
That's true.
And again, I'm not knocking it because this is on paper. They rated it the greatest fight in movie history, I think it is, in terms of boxing movie or something like that. Yeah. So
I don't know if I agree either.
By the vote. I mean, and again, I don't want people to go crazy on me. Go, oh, you make it? No. If you watch the trailer to the Drago versus Rocky, I think it's in the trailer where this is voted the best whatever movie of all times, and then the trailer shows Rocky and Drago fighting.
I'll tell you what, you made a good point with the Clubber Lang fight, because at least that one, remember, there's moments where it shows he starts the strategy, right? Like moving, the way he's moving. He fights differently. This is like a brawl. They're just hitting each other 9 million times.
Yeah, he just wants to beat his ass because he killed his friend. And I was just like, okay, I get it. Whereas the other one, he lost Mickey, and then the training of Apollo kicked in, and then you see how fast he's weaving and ducking, and you see it. I mean, I don't know. I personally think that Clubber Lang fight was, and they showed it in the beginning of this one too. You see it a little bit. I'm like, oh man, I want to watch it again. That fight is really good. It's a really good. And it felt like a real boxing match, like that you see. This one, it literally, you said it the best. This is WrestleMania, because I was watching it. I'm like, man, some of this shit would never, ever happen.
He picks him up like this with his head. Like he's about to do it, or a suplex. And he just throws him. I'm like, this ain't boxing.
I mean, and then you could see Duke grabbing dudes and throwing them. Yeah. He's like, and then throwing water at them. And I'm like, what the water's gonna do? But anyway, and then the montages. There's no easy way. I like it a lot. I think the song is great. Hearts on Fire is one of the greatest training songs. I think it is dope. I don't know why, but I like the other one though. Like, that one is cool, but I like the other one. And you see he's chopping. He's chopping wood, and then the other one, he's like, and then. Yeah, I don't know why. I think I like the comparisons of someone training in a gym. Because that's what Drago is an Olympian, because they said it in the beginning. So he has the facility like a Gatorade facility. Because he's taking steroids. That's why they monitoring him.
Giving him the shot.
Yeah. So then Rocky is just straight up doing it how someone can't afford the gym. He's doing it at home, like in a barn. So I don't know. I kind of like the yin and the yang because it gives it the perspective of like the cheating scandal and all that. So, but I told my wife, I said, let me tell you something. This fight would have never happened because they would have drug tested his ass a long time ago.
Remember, this is unsanctioned and it's in Russia.
Yeah. Well, like the first one, it wasn't. The first one,
the Creed one was not, but the second one is like all Russian rules, which is steroids allowed. Yeah. Rocky should have taken some steroids.
He should have. He would whooped his ass quick. Yeah. All right. 4 for me, 4 for you. Okay, storyline.
Right. We are not going to have the same score.
You're going to give it a 2.
I'm just telling everybody at home now, me and Alex are not going to have the same score here. I give this I think this is
I so do it.
I think this is the worst element of this movie. See, this is a tough movie because there's a lot of entertainment value. I don't want people to get me wrong. Like, there's a lot of entertainment value with it. And I think we've kind of, if you've been listening this whole time, you kind of can gather that what makes the movie popular or what people like about it is a lot of other stuff than like the story of the movie. You know what I mean? We're talking, this is a music video at times. Literally, so this movie's 90 minutes. It's short. I think it might be the shortest Rocky. It's 91 minutes or something like that. And there is at least, I want to say 12 to 15 minutes of just music playing and people doing stuff on screen. No talking, no dialogue, whether it's him driving and remembering his whole entire life, while driving. Is that a story element? Sure. Like he's having he's remembering it. But I'm just saying it's a montage. And there's about 4 or 5 montages in this movie. So to me, montages are cool if used, if you have a movie where something's going to go on, especially sports. I think they play best in sports. But I just need one good montage. I don't need 4 or 5. You know what I mean? And you just have these long segments where it's just a song and the whole song plays like beginning to end, whole song. And then the last fight is it's got to be at least 15 minutes long, right? Yeah. So let's just say 12 and 15, that's 27 minutes. That means there's only about 50 minutes of, talking, dialogue, setting stuff up. That's not a lot. That's really not a lot. And really, what's the story here? Rocky is fighting this guy. This guy wants to fight Rocky. He kills Apollo, and Rocky wants to get revenge. It's very simple. I'll be honest, Alex. I miss the drama. I miss the Mickey. I miss the Paulie being drunk and being like, "You don't give me nothing." I miss it. I miss Adrian and him really having his son is neglected. That kid is barely in these movies. They don't really do much with him. So I think the worst part of the movie is the script. I think Stallone wrote a movie that is popcorn. He wrote a movie that is America, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that the movie as a whole is terrible, but I think the script is not that great. I'm never super into it dramatically. You're just watching stuff unfold until you get to the last fight, and then that's it. Where there's not I think 3 had a better. I think all the other scripts were better than this. I think the storylines were better, so I gave this one a 2.
All right. Well, sorry, man. I'm giving it a 4. I think this is a great script, and I think it has. I mean, to me, it has everything you need in a boxing movie, right? It kills his friend. Now he's gonna be like, you know what? I gotta revenge. I gotta take revenge and honor my friend and go back in that ring and beat your ass. All right, great. It's not the greatest storyline, but I got that point of view. The whole thing with so I see it different with the flag at the end than you do. Yes, not the fact that he is holding American flag at the end to represent America. For me, is that he's wearing the American flag is because he's wearing it for Apollo, because Apollo Creed's shorts were America. And I feel like, yes, you could take it either way you want to take it. I think he's just putting it on because he's honoring his dead friend, Apollo Creed. So, yeah, I get it. I totally understand your 2. I mean, I have other friends that don't like this movie. They like 3, 2, and 1 more than part 4. Well, I enjoy it. Like I said, I like the popcorn flick, and I like the music, and I like all the dramatic stuff. Is this more dramatic? There's no dramatic stuff in this movie. Maybe once when Adrian and him is talking in the staircase, and I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But there's, it's not, Adrian is not there for comfort until she returns to Russia. And she's like, I'm just going to go to hell and back with you if that's what we got to do. And I liked it, but it's not the same effect as Adrian in part 3 at the beach when she's just scolding him, going, what is wrong? Like, why can't he train and do this? And she's yelling at him, and then he's like, I'm afraid, Adrian. There you go, whatever.
See, that's the good stuff right there. They just whispered to each other from 20 feet away.
Exactly. And I feel like this movie, and I don't know how you feel, but I wish they had a scene that she goes up to the Ivan Drago's wife. Not fighting, but her sense of care for Rocky. I wish she went up to the wife and said something. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But I think they should have been showed the side of Adrian, because she's always a defender for him. Yeah. Regardless of her not in the ring, she's not a fighter. She's not nothing, but she is a smart woman. I mean, that's one thing we got from all of them, that she's very intelligent. She uses big words. Out of Rocky and her, she is the smartest one. So I think she should have went up and said something, even to the prime minister or him, like at the table or something. But anyway, they did what they did. I agree. I mean, I totally understand your 2. Like I said, I totally get it. I gave it a 4 because more nostalgia based. I like it, but if you ask me now that I see 1 through 3 in this one, and you go, which one do you? I honestly would lean towards Rocky 3-ish as a storyline, but this one is not as bad because I love the training stuff. Like I said, even when I'm in the gym and I'm doing my running and stuff, I'm listening to the Rocky 4 soundtrack. Like most of 7 out of the 12 songs of this movie, I'm listening to the training. I think it says Russian training. That one, No Way, Easy Way Out. I'm listening to Hearts on Fire, the freaking other Survivor song that he's like they landing in Russia, because that was another freaking song. The Burning Heart. There you go, The Burning Heart. That one. So yeah, but I totally get your 2. You get no shock from me. Maybe everyone else that's listening, you're gonna get all the
someone's just driving their car saying what? And just drove off and hit a tree. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh my God. Okay, so that's a 4 for me. Okay, overall.
All right, overall, I give this movie a 3. Okay. I think it's good. I don't think it's good. Let me correct myself. I think there's things about it that are enjoyable, and I think it's entertaining. I don't think it's a great movie. I don't. I never did. I did when I was 7 when I saw it. I thought it was incredible. But as an adult, I've always found a lot of entertainment value. I think it's watchable. It's easy to sit down and watch. To me, it's kind of like a snack, right? Like of a movie. This is not a full meal, in my opinion. This is a really good snack. You're going to enjoy it while you have it. It's popcorn. It's, it's visually pretty good. It's well shot. Like, I don't think Stallone did a bad job at directing. To me, the script's a little weak, but it's only weak compared to the other Rocky movies. I think if this was like Rocky 1, let's just say this was the first ever Rocky movie, I think I'd feel differently about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I might like it better. I just think the first 3 are really good. And I think they established a high bar. So to me, when you have a high bar, and I'm more so talking like narratively and dramatically, this one doesn't meet that, but that's just my opinion. But I give it a 3. I think it's solid.
All right, so I give it a 4. I think it's still a great movie. I think, to me personally, I think it still holds up. I will say this though, in terms of a franchise, this is a great 1 through 4. Yeah, I can't say 4. It's a solid film. Yes. Is it horrible? I mean,
I don't think it falls off a cliff.
I think the characters all still go up. Like they like story wise, their arc is still there. They lose their friend in the battle. I mean, that's continuing the storyline. We're doing 5. Maybe where
I don't remember 5. I don't think I've seen it.
You don't remember 5?
I don't think I've seen it. I'm not gonna lie.
I will say one thing, and then maybe it might jog your memory. Paulie signs away Rocky's fortune, and they become homeless.
I've never seen this movie.
You never seen
homeless? I've never seen it.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I know of it. I know like Tommy Morrison is in it.
Because
I've never seen it.
Paul, so I don't know how, because that's the biggest loophole in even Stallone said that was one of the biggest loopholes that he never
homeless.
He signs away their entire fortune, and they lose the house, they lose the cars, and he's back at the same apartment in Philadelphia.
To watch Rocky 5 right now.
You know what? I'm gonna say. I'll say this. I'll say this straight up. I have a feeling you might like Rocky 5. I think you do. Everyone hates it. It's a horrible movie.
If everyone else hates it, I might hate it.
Yeah, but I think you might like it though. I think you might like it because you said it in part 4. Some of the things that you like is backstories and character stuff, and you like dramatizing all this. Rocky 5 has it. It's just it's a weird. I haven't seen it in ages. Okay. And Stallone's son, his real life son, Sage Stallone, plays Rocky Jr. in this movie.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, so it's his real son in the movie. So anyway.
Oh no.
Wow, that's going to be very interesting. Okay, so you gave your overall 3? Yeah. Okay, so I gave it a 4. Like I said, I think it still holds. Up. But I mean, at the end of everything, I think it's a good solid 4 in a franchise. Okay, total points.
All right, my total points is a 17 out of a 25, which is still pretty good. I mean, this is a good franchise. This is a really solid franchise. The Paulie robot makes me laugh. It's not just the way it says "Happy Birthday, Paulie." It's that there's like some kind of weird beat, so it sounds like it's rapping almost. You hear like this music beat, and then it's like "Happy Birthday, Paulie."
Yeah, Happy Birthday, Paulie.
Yeah, it is so hilarious. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Anyway, 17 out of 25.
Mine's is a 22 out of a 25. I think it still holds up and great. And one of the other famous lines that Drago says, and I totally forgot until I saw the movie, is when Rocky goes in front of him, he hits his glove. He's like, "You will lose."
Oh yeah, you will lose.
You will lose. And I was like, oh my God, this dude's gonna rip his head off. All right, Nate, what's coming up next on the podcast?
All right. Well, apparently one of the next episodes coming up is Rocky Homeless. So I'm excited for that. Rocky 5 will be the next in the franchise, which I thought I'm going to be honest. When we started this, I thought I've seen it. And now that you said that, I don't think I've seen it. So maybe I saw it when I was a kid. And when I watch it, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this. But I don't think I've seen it. But next, we will be wrapping up Dwayne Johnson, The Rock month, with Skyscraper from 2018, I believe it was. We'll be reviewing that one. And then, of course, like I said, Rocky 5.
All right, guys want to follow us on our social media accounts. Please follow Nate over on Instagram at NateFlixReviews. Check out the podcast with him and his friends called Nate Flix Movie Reviews. Anything Action Movie Guys, head over to youtube.com/Action Movie Guys. Subscribe, put some comments down on your favorite episodes. And of course, you can take us on the go with the Action Movie Guys podcast, available on all podcast platforms. Other than that, I'm your host, Alex Figueroa, and my co-host is
Nate from Nate Flix Reviews.
Be awesome to each other and geek out.